Forbidden items have always led people into trouble throughout history. Adam and Eve ate the forbidden fruit, and God has punished humans with sins for eternity. We are still suffering from this today. Children often are told not to eat sweets before dinner so they do not spoil their appetites. More often than not, kids plunge their hands into the cookie jar and rummage through the pantry and then do not eat their green beans and therefore suffer the consequences. We are all tempted through our lives and live in a very sinful world. It can be very difficult to stay on the right path that we are traveling. Most people know that if you tell someone not to do it, more than likely they will do it. Throughout my life, I have often been a representative of this method. My parents would tell me one thing, and then I would go ahead and do the other. This also became true for me and many other teenagers in the U.S. when it comes to alcohol. During high school and most of college, it is illegal to drink in the United States until the age of 21. Unfortunately, most kids still go against this and drink anyway. The United States has tried prohibition tactics before without success. Therefore, lowering the drinking age back to 18 would help solve some of the country's major drinking problems. Kids want to experiment with alcohol and often begin at very young ages, such as 12 and 13, which seems unreal, but it is true. We need to know how alcohol affects the body and what the statistics really show. Let's begin with the past history of prohibition in the United States. Prohibition began in 1919 with the 18th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution banning all alcohol, and this comes from the NYRA, which is the National Youth Rights Association, and they are a big supporter of lowering the drinking age. This was not effective towards citizens at all. People started making their own alcohol from grains, which produced beers and whiskeys, ethanol, which made moonshine, and many others. They had to hide their distilleries from the law and kept it all underground and secret, much like the black market today. They started selling rings so others could purchase it. The 18th Amendment was finally repealed in 1933 by the 21st Amendment, which is rather ironic that the drinking age is set for 21 now. The United States officially changed the drinking age to 21 in 1984. The Mothers Against Drunk Driving support the 18 law and are against drunk driving and help drive the bill into becoming a law. And this comes from usatoday.com. Now that we know some of the U.S. history on the subject, let's see how alcohol affects our bodies. Alcohol is a drug that is one of the most commonly used in the United States. Moderate consumption of alcohol, in fact, does not destroy brain cells, whereas heavy consumption and long-term use can, and this comes from potsdam.edu. Drinking in moderation is the best way to consume alcohol if one desires to do so. Some tips for drinking lightly are to know your limit. Eat food while you drink to soak up some of the alcohol in your blood system. Just sip your drink and do not gulp. Drink a bottle of water after every alcoholic drink, and do not participate in drinking games. The alcohol equivalence for blood alcohol content, which is the VAC levels, is a 12-ounce glass of beer or a beer can, which you can pour the beer can into a glass if you want it chilled. A 5-ounce glass of wine, which do not fill the whole glass of wine up. That is more than needed, since there is a higher alcohol content of alcohol in the wine. And more glasses, they range in their sizes. Some are huge, and that would be a lot of alcohol in the wine. More than likely, it's a size, your fist size of wine that you would need. So a 5-ounce glass of wine, or a 1.5-ounce shot of distilled spirits, or a shot. And this is of whiskey, vodka, gin, rum, tequila, and it's got to be 80 proof. Do not choose something that is 100 proof, 180 proof, nothing like that. You can find it out there. It is out there. Mix your drinks appropriately and watch the alcohol content. If you go to a bar and find a bartender, tell him to just use a shot if you were driving, and then drink a bottle of water. because if you get caught drinking or driving, you can never fake a breathalyzer. It will tell the ugly truth, and more than likely, you will go to jail. So alcohol can be tricky, and let's see how well the 21 age limit really has helped the United States. Many studies have been done by colleges in the United States to see the effects of alcohol, but some are more biased than others to rather hide the truth from the citizens. Studies have shown that more kids drink heavily, about 24%, when they are 21, when they are under 21, and then it drops to 15% after they reach the legal age. And this comes from Indiana.edu, which is Indiana University. A heavy drinker is classified as having 5 or more drinks more than once a week, or just once a week. So that's rather common with the standard college student. Moderate drinkers stay about the same at about 18% for both in this study. Drinking games increase the usage of alcohol for most kids, especially college kids and even high school kids. Many problems become associated with these drinkers, such as the usual hangover, drinking and driving, which is the main problem, cutting class, drinking during class. And I know this seems unreal, but some college kids do it. They bring their little bottle of orange juice with vodka in it, and they sit in the back of the class, and they get drunk during the lecture. MIPs or MICs, and MIPs are minors in possession, and this is where you have the possession of alcohol, and it can be open or not. You just have the alcohol in your possession. And minors in consumption is where you are drunk and you are a minor, and they can breathalyze you, or they just think you're drunk. And both of these are misdemeanor charges, and it will still go on your record. It will disappear after a couple of years, but it is still a big embarrassment, and it is a nice ticket for you. DUIs or DWIs, driving under the influence or driving while intoxicated, and these are both misdemeanor charges. And DUIs, if you get 3 of them, it will become a felony. And felonies with DUIs on your record, you cannot expunge them no matter how hard you try, and it's not fair no matter which way you look at it. Lawyers will never be able to expunge DUIs from your record. They will follow you for the rest of your life, and it will become extremely hard to get jobs. Other trouble with the law: lost jobs, lower grades, problematic fighting, and you may even think that you have a drinking problem. And then all of these studies have come from Indiana.edu. Some common games are beer pong, beer darts, washers, P&A, ride the bus, clocks, Polish horseshoes, ladder ball, drink the boot, flippy cup, quarters, and many more. These are some strange drinking games, and there are many more to be discovered. So has the law really helped us? Changing it back really could, and let's see why.